Guru Nation, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, share. It means a lot to me. Look, I'm back home from ACRP. Nice quick drive back to Yuma. One of the things I gathered from this place, even the people who have jobs are either worried about their jobs or are stressed because they're being given a lot more work now that a lot of the CROs and even some of the sponsors have been having layoffs. And at the site level, no, but not so much at least. But one of the things I noticed no one's discussing, and it's right there in front of you. I mean, you just walk the exhibit hall at ACRP. There's a diversity of vendors. There's tech vendors. There's hybrids between recruiters and CROs. There's sponsors. There's CROs. There's sites. There's regulators. Even the FDA was there. There's IRBs. You should be curious about the vendors. You should, not just because you don't work for an IRB doesn't mean you should be curious about what they do. Just because you don't work for a tech vendor doesn't mean you shouldn't understand their latest offerings. During a bad job market like right now, if you have multiple skill set, you have a better chance of getting hired somewhere. And you got to keep yourself as much of a generalist skill set as possible. Meaning, if you work at a CRO, ask to be cross-trained on other functions if you can. Ask to learn new therapeutic areas. Ask to learn new systems. If you come to ACRP, you're already one step closer to leaning more towards being one of the elites in the industry. If you're one of the people that were there, you should just talk to the vendors. Understand, okay, Creo, eSource, how does this work? CTMS, how does this work? If you work at one of these CROs or sites, learn how to use some of the other functions. Maybe you're a coordinator, you don't know e-regulatory. Learn it a little bit. Play around with the Viva sites, site vault, sites.viva.com. Understand how the ecosystem works together. It doesn't hurt when becoming a generalist, if you want to go a step further, to take on different roles that may not be the same role that you've done in the past. So I've seen a trend of a lot of coordinators or CRAs going to work away from sites to either tech vendors, or in the case of CRAs, away from CROs to sponsors, or sometimes tech vendors as well, or even IRBs or consulting companies. Doesn't hurt to do that. That's how you become a generalist. One of the better things you can do, and this is not for everybody, so really make sure it's for your career, and it's not without its own risks, is to freelance on the side. Be a consultant. This is the United States of America, and if you're in another place, another country, you can probably also do this. Be a consultant. So you can moonlight, if you're during the day at CRC, you can moonlight as a consultant teaching sites how to do XYZ. Maybe how to integrate or implement eSource or eReg at their site. Well, you already know Viva has a free tool. You can use that. You already know Creo or Realtime or what are the other vendors options there. So if you train yourself first to become a generalist, you can actually sell or give your expertise in the form of value, create value for another company so that they can benefit and add value to their organization while maintaining your current job, so that when the job market ever turns, which they all do, and by the way, right now we're in a bad job market, it should turn back to being a good job market. The question is when. So the point is to, just like our gut microbiomes need a diversity of food to thrive, I think your skill set needs a diversity of different skills, different stakeholders in the space, so sites, IRBs, sponsors, CROs, tech vendors, to thrive, especially to thrive and to be resilient in a tough job market. So if you did not do that during the last good job market and you did get laid off, maybe use it as an opportunity to hone up your skill set by working at a company you never thought you would work for before, and build a skill set, or pick up some of these skills yourself without a job, or start a contracting company, consulting company. You could probably find local companies in your area, individuals in your area that need help. Guess what? And maybe you didn't lose your job. Guess what? Now you have multiple skill sets to add to your resume. So when times get hard again, you have a diversity of skill sets. This is when being a generalist really matters. As you can see, it matters less, I think, in a good market. I think in the good market is when you should use the opportunity to become a generalist, like I've been saying for the last 5 years. Now, in a bad market is when you reap the rewards for those of you that did become generalists. Even if you've just been laid off, sometimes the best opportunities come from the most critical situations in our lives, the crossroads. I know for me, they have. Certainly, that's been the case during my lowest moments. That's when I actually had my next breakthroughs. So use this as a positive momentum. Lots of videos coming out from ACRP. Like, subscribe, comment, share. Let me know what you think about this. Bye-bye.